Hello, Steve Mills here with another edition of my podcast, which it's great to be back recording. It's been a little while. I've been so busy recently providing our done-for-you work and winning new clients, working on our marketing and our business, and helping businesses right throughout the world. I'm actually going back to Doha soon to run a 4-day workshop over there. I'm really looking forward to that. However, I've got a couple of questions for you. I love the idea in podcasts of asking people questions. And the reason being is it gets people thinking. And that's why you're on here, to do some thinking, not just listening, not just hearing words and thinking, oh, well, that was interesting and doing nothing. That's not why I came by. That's not my aim for my clients. And it's not my aim for you listening to my podcast here today. It's to take action. Now, these questions I actually heard on a video. There's a video by Frank Kern. Now, you may know of Frank. He's an American guy, and he's pretty much actively known as one of the world's leading marketers or internet marketers or digital marketers, or maybe it's just a combination of all three of those things. But he's certainly somebody that I hugely respect. He's somebody that is respected by many people all over the world. He's hugely successful and well worth listening to. Now, in this video that Frank was doing the other day, that lasted about 2.5 hours, by the way, and I took many things from it, but three things, which is not going to take anywhere near as long as 2.5 hours, and perhaps not many more than 5 minutes, were three questions that he said in business you needed to ask. And to be honest, they're not questions that you've never heard before, but maybe they're just questions you've never done anything about before, because, we've all had times when we've, learnt something new, thought it was useful, and then what I call FTI, in other words, failed to implement. You've not actually done anything with this great bit of information that you've learnt. And today I hope I'm going to kick you over the edge and make you do something. So, question number one, it's really obvious, and it really is probably the key to success, and that is to know what you want. So what do you want? What do you want? And, people say, well, I want to grow my business. Well, if you make an extra £10, is that enough? They go, oh, no, I want to be, I want to turn over $1 million or $1 billion or whatever it is they might want. And so my comment here for you is, yeah, that's fine to put down, you want to make a certain amount of money, but it's also good to have that, defined clearly, not just, I want to make more money, but I want to make a specific amount. I want to make, £1 million in the next year, for example. But it's not just about money, is it? It's about more than that. It's about what do you want personally? What do you want to improve? Do you want to, you might want to become healthier, to become fitter, to get in a relationship, to get out of a relationship, to start a new business, to increase new products and to improve your profit even. So I'm not here to tell you to write down what you want. Only you know that. But I think you should write it down. I think you should be specific. I think it should be more than one thing. Although you could also argue that if you write down too many things, you won't get any of them. But write down what you want. Now, that's all well and good. Most people know what they want. They want a house in the south of France, and they want to go to the Bahamas or the Caribbean or somewhere, but they don't ever do the second thing, and that is to take action. And the real thing that motivates most of us to take action is to know why you want it. So that is my second question. Or to be really truthful, it's actually Frank's second question. Why do you want it? What's the motivation behind it? Why do you want to be more successful? Why do you want more money? What are you going to do with that? What's it going to mean to you? How will that help you? How will that improve you? How will you improve the lives of the people that you care for? your family and friends and so on and so forth? What would having a bigger house do for you? Or being able to travel around the world, how would you feel about that? And also, how would you feel about not having that? What happens if it doesn't work? How would that make you feel? Because we're always motivated by two things, and that is the stick and the carrot. So I could be motivated by what I'm going to get if I'm successful in my business. I'm going to have all this great stuff. But also I could be motivated by, if I don't achieve this is what's going to happen. This is going to be terrible. I'm going to have this and terrible that and so on and so forth. So why do you want it? What do you want and why do you want it? Now the third one, and I really love this question. It's very simply, who must I become in order for it to become inevitable? Who must I become in order for it to become inevitable? So if I want to, let's say I want to get my business to the 10 million mark. I know why I want to do that, because I want to help more small business owners. That's part of my motivation. So I know what I want and I know why I want it. Who must I become? Do I need to change what I'm already doing? Do I need to become more effective? Do I need to become better at something? Do I need to work harder? Or do I need to work smarter? Because one thing's for sure, and that is, there's a couple of things actually come to mind. One is the old saying that if you always do what you've always done, then you'll always get what you've always got. And, that's an old, trite, but very, very true saying, I believe. The second thing that comes to mind is that, if you're going to really get to the next level, and you're going to take your business from wherever it is now. If it's a startup, you're going to get to your first 100K. If you're already at, say, 250K, you're going to get to 1 million. If you're at 1 million, you might want to get to 10. If you're at 10, you might want to get to 100 million or beyond. Whatever that level is, I really do believe that to get to the next level, you've got to take a massive action. You've got to take massive action. In my former life as a international sportsman, the big difference between the best players and the average players wasn't so much the skill, it wasn't so much the natural ability, it was the amount of practice that they took, the amount of playing that they did. And the more they played, strangely enough, the better they got. So the more training they do, the better they get. And if you want to be better at, growing your business, you need to become better at selling and marketing your products and services. And yet most small business owners that I see don't ever train themselves in sales and marketing. All they do is they go networking and they keep going, and that earns them enough to keep the wolves from the door and pay the bills and so on and so forth. And then they busy themselves with the fact that they're, trying to do as much as they can, but don't really ever manage to get to where they want to go. And, so they never achieve what they potentially could. So I want you to think about those three things. What do you want? Why do you want it? And who must you become in order for it to become inevitable? And I love that word, inevitable, for it to become an absolute definite result. So write those down, read them every day, every morning, get yourself focusing on them, and as ever, take action to grow your business. And thank you ever so much for listening. If you want to know more from me, go to www.stevemills.co. Thank you very much.